Slowpoke's Quiet Strength. One bright and sunny morning, three little turtles, Flip, Slowpoke, and Shelly, decided to go on an adventure through the deep, green woods near their home. They had heard that a secret meadow filled with the most beautiful flowers was hidden deep within the forest. Excited, they packed a small basket of snacks and set off full of joy and laughter. As they walked deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller, and the shadows of the leaves stretched out, casting a cool, peaceful shade. Flip, who was always in a hurry, moved quickly, eager to find the meadow. "We're so close! I can feel it," Flip said, bouncing along ahead. Shelly, always curious and energetic, was following right behind him. "This is so much fun! Look at all the pretty flowers and birds," she said, pointing at the sky. But as they walked, the forest seemed to get denser. The trees were closer together, the branches thicker, and the path harder to see. The sounds of the birds and leaves rustling grew quieter, and suddenly the three turtles realized they didn't recognize the path anymore. Flip stopped in his tracks, his heart racing. "Wait! Where are we? I don't know this part of the forest," he exclaimed, his voice starting to shake. I think we're lost." Shelly looked around nervously. "Oh no! Flip's right. How are we going to find the way back?" Slowpoke, who had been walking slowly and quietly behind them, looked around calmly. His face was peaceful, and even though he, too, didn't know the way, he didn't seem afraid at all. Slowly, he walked over to his friends. "Don't worry," he said in his gentle, steady voice. "It's okay. We may be lost, but we're not alone. God is with us, even when things feel uncertain." Flip paced back and forth. "But what if we can't find the way back? What if we're stuck here forever?" His worry grew with every step. Shelly, who had always been full of energy, felt a little unsure too. "What should we do, Slowpoke?" she asked, her voice soft. Slowpoke smiled and sat down on a smooth rock by a small stream. "Sometimes," he said, "when we're lost, it's not about rushing or panicking. It's about trusting that God will show us the way. Sometimes, faith doesn't shout at us like a loud voice. It whispers quietly in our hearts." Flip stopped pacing and looked at Slowpoke. "What do you mean by that?" Slowpoke's eyes twinkled with kindness. "Well, when we're scared or uncertain, it's easy to want answers right away. But faith in God means trusting in His plan, even when we don't have all the answers. It's like this stream," he said, pointing to the water flowing gently beside them. "The water doesn't rush or shout. It flows quietly and steadily. And if we just listen carefully, we can hear God's voice in the stillness guiding us." Shelly sat down beside Slowpoke, watching the stream as the water sparkled in the soft sunlight. "So we don't need to rush? We can just wait and trust?" Slowpoke nodded. "Exactly. God's timing is always perfect. If we stop and listen to Him, He will show us the right path. We just have to trust that He's with us, even when things are uncertain." Flip took a deep breath and sat down beside his friends. He closed his eyes for a moment and listened to the soft sounds of the forest, the gentle rustling of the leaves, the birds singing in the distance, and the quiet flow of the stream. Slowly, his heart began to calm down. After a while, Slowpoke stood up and smiled. "Let's go back. The path may seem hidden now, but if we trust in God, He will lead us." With Slowpoke's calm strength guiding them, the three friends began walking again, step by step, trusting that God would show them the way. They didn't rush, they didn't panic, they simply moved forward with faith. As they walked, the trees slowly began to thin out, and the warm sunlight streamed through the leaves, lighting up the path ahead. It wasn't long before they recognized the familiar way back home. "We made it!" Shelley exclaimed, a big smile on her face. "I knew we'd find our way." Flip felt a wave of peace wash over him. "Thank you, Slowpoke. I think I understand now. I was so worried, but trusting God's plan made everything okay." Slowpoke smiled gently. "It's not always easy to trust when we don't know what's ahead. But when we trust in God, He always leads us in the right direction." The three turtles walked home together, their hearts full of peace, knowing that even when things seem uncertain, God is always there, guiding them through every step of their journey. As they reached their cozy homes, they all said a little prayer, thanking God for His quiet, steady guidance. "Dear God," Flip whispered, "thank you for always showing us the way, even when we feel lost. Help us to trust in You, no matter what." And with that, the three turtles snuggled into their cozy beds, ready to dream sweet dreams of their next adventure, knowing that they could always trust in God's quiet strength. The end.